here we are, Sergio and myself, finally together after, 3 years now?
Exactly 3 years.
So we're here, we're enjoying Curbivore. It's LA, 85 degrees. My wife said yesterday it was snowing. We were at the beach. We're enjoying.
And here's my partner in crime for 3 years, for hopefully another 3 years. Glad he's out here. We're having a really good time at Curbivore. And see you guys every Tuesday, obviously. But besides that, I am going to try to convince him. I have 6 hours to do it. I'm trying to get him in a Waymo. That's what I'm trying to do. But we'll see.
We'll see.
You guys stay tuned. You guys will see. Hey everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare Guy. Curbivore 2025 Los Angeles, a glorious day, but made more glorious with Ryan Green, the CEO of Gridwise. Ryan, welcome. Tell us a little bit about Gridwise.
Well, thanks for having me here. I'm really excited to be here at Curbivore. It's a good turnout. It's a sunny day. It's hot, but to understand a little bit about Gridwise, so we are the leading business app for gig economy workers. So if you are a gig economy worker who works for a rideshare company like Uber, Lyft, or delivery company like DoorDash or Instacart, or even TaskRabbit or Wag or Rover, we help you make more money. So we're the leading business app in the space that helps gig workers make more money and manage all their gig work in one place. Hundreds of thousands of gig workers are using our app all the time to make them more money and maximize their earnings in less time.
Well, I say this all the time. It's not about working hard. It's working smart, right?
Being smarter.
So how does Gridwise make me work smarter?
Yeah, so we do so in a few ways. One is like when you come into the application, you want to connect all the gig accounts that you work for. We have people who connect one account. We have people who connect 9 accounts. And what we'll do is actually pull in all of your historical information that brings in all of your trips, your earnings, etc., and tells you like how you're performing in your market. We can say, hey, here's how you're doing in earnings per hour over time compared to other drivers who are driving like you. So one, it gives you this comparison of the market, which is great. But then in turn, you can go to our insights features and actually see all of these market insights around earnings trends, demand trends, tip frequency, best restaurants, things like that, and actually use that to understand when and where should you be working, seeing how much different services are paying different gig workers, so you also know who to work for.
Well, the apps do, to a point, help the driver to get all these things under control, right?
Yeah.
In this day and age, data is gold. That's the new gold.
It is.
And so you guys do crunch the data and try to help maximize the gig worker and have him be more efficient. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say our analytics and insights we provide are based off of nearly 1 billion trips and deliveries that we've captured, 8 billion earnings as well. And just last year, I think hundreds of millions of trips that we captured last year that we used to produce insights in the app. We use to produce industry reports as well that help you just understand what's happening in the gig economy.
So last but not least, what's coming up at Gridwise? Improvements to the app, additions to the app, what's going on?
Well, everything's about making more money, working smarter, not harder. So a lot of the things that we're investing in on that is just starting to personalize the experience a lot more and investing in a lot of modern technologies that you hear about today that help you in a click of a button really understand okay, how am I, what am I doing and what can I do better to make $2 more per hour, $3 more, and to continue to maximize my earnings. So there's going to be a lot more new insights features that are coming out this year, more AI capabilities over the horizon as well.
Well, incremental improvement is what we're looking for, right? And $2 an hour, if you're on 40 hours, that's $80 a week.
That's a lot.
That's hundreds of dollars a month and thousands of dollars a year. So let's close it up. I'll give you the floor. Finish it off.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for having me, Sergio. I would say for anybody who's, like I said, a gig economy worker out there, come to gridwise.io, download our app for free, and start making more money today.
Well, thank you, Ryan. See you later.
Hey, look, it's Kian.
It's me. It's Keaton.
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Good
Got
to
the
see.
tag.
Solo reppin',
Solo reppin'.
of course, contributing to the Rideshare guy.
Junior contributor, I guess you would call me.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Sergio would call me.
Yeah, were you old enough to drink last night? I don't think so.
Hey everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare guy from Curbivore 2025. I'm joined by Jon Miller from Nexar, our, sponsor a couple of weeks ago. So Jon, welcome. Tell us a little bit about Nexar, what you do at Nexar, and then we'll go on from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks so much for having me. This event has been fantastic, an incredible way to get everybody in the industry together. A little bit about myself. My name is Jon Miller. I'm our VP of Enterprise Growth. It's a unnecessarily confusing way of saying that I am responsible on mainly on the business and commercial side of the house. But a little bit about Nexar. Most of us, we are, predominantly known as a dashcam company, and that is very true. We have just over 350,000 dash cams in the U.S. at the moment. And something I just mentioned in the panel is that we're really starting to think about international expansion in a big way as well. Out of that 350,000, just about 100,000 of them are rideshare drivers, gig drivers, passenger transportation fleets, limo fleets, black car fleets. And so, there's been real demand for our products from this specific cohort of customers. And I think the reason for this is we've spent, 10 years to this point investing heavily in Edge AI technology. All of our dash cams are equipped with LTE connectivity, and this allows us to provide really like an enterprise grade suite of products at a consumer grade affordable price point. And
So we're talking about enterprise, obviously, but you hit the nail on the head, right? So 350,000 dash cams, about a third of them is in use for rideshare and gig economy, right? And we talk to thousands of drivers. For me, the most important tool in the driver's toolbox, if you're a rideshare driver or a gig worker, is a dash cam for your safety. So what is going on as far as, do you consider a dash cam as a safety tool, or what do you think of a dash cam?
It's a safety tool, but if I was gonna boil it down to one synopsis or one theme, it's a proof of liability. And at the end of the day, if you think about the things that are most important to a rideshare driver, it's their earnings, of course, it's their safety. And when you think about the things that can happen to a rideshare driver, there's an incredible statistic that at some point in time, 40% of rideshare drivers get deactivated from the platform at some point or another. And that deactivation can last from anywhere from 14 to 45 days. And so when you think about earnings, that is catastrophic. It's untenable. And by having a dash cam in the car, there might be, a passenger might falsely report to a Lyft or Uber, whoever, that you might have done, said something or done something inappropriate, and you might be innocent. And by having the video at the tip of your hands that you can download with one click and send to Uber or Lyft, you're exonerating yourself from that situation, and you're back on the road within a matter of days. The other piece of this is, think about if you're a rideshare driver and all of a sudden a big Amazon truck comes and tailgates you and hits you from the rear, and you're in a situation where it's a he said she said situation, right? You as an individual rideshare driver are going up against Amazon and disputing an insurance claim. Who's going to win that battle? Realistically, you don't have much of a chance unless you have video evidence of exactly what happened. And one insurance claim can cost a driver thousands of dollars, and they have very little purchasing or negotiating power when you're talking about a big truck or a fleet coming from one of those companies. And so having that proof of liability to exonerate yourself, whether it's a road accident, an in-cabin accident, whatever it is, I agree with you. I might be a little bit biased, but it's the most important tool that a rideshare driver can have.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And actually, I'm going to finish with saying that I stole a promotional video slogan. In your promos, a driver said, "Pictures worth 1,000 words, videos worth 1,000,000 words." And I think it's just there. And we still have the promotion going on with Nexar. Go to getnexar.com. Amazing dash cams. I have one. Chris has one. And, on exit, put in RSG Nexar, and you will get an additional discount. So thank you for coming to Curbivore, and we'll see you around.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great.
Hey everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare Guy. We're at Curbivore 2025. I'm joined by Justin Holmes of Zipcar. Justin, explain what Zipcar is.
Yeah, so Zipcar is the world's leading car sharing network. We've been around for 25 years now. We help make cars available to people who just need one by the hour, by the day, over the high cost and hassle of vehicle ownership.
So our community of gig workers, obviously, over 350,000 strong. And some may need a car. Is that something a lot of gig workers are using as Zipcar as far as their needs of cars are concerned?
It is. Over the last year, we formed a very strong partnership with Uber. So you'll find Zipcar available in the Uber driver marketplace. That's been incredible for us. Our Zipcars are available by the day for Uber drivers who are qualified through the driver marketplace, who just need access to a car. And we think it's an especially great opportunity in two ways. One, almost half of our vehicles are electric and EVs. So as Uber and others create incentives for electrification, Zipcar is ready to enable that. And secondly, it's great for trial. Unlike other organizations, Zipcars are available by the day. So you don't need a long-term commitment. It's great if you're just getting started and you want to try driving to earn. Zipcar is a great model for you, and fully self-service as well.
So for us, the important thing is how we can benefit our community as far as earnings are concerned. So you mentioned the incentives that Uber puts out for EVs, and quite easy, obviously, through the app, they can go get it. But are there any long-term plans they can take advantage of? Because some of the Uber EV incentives are a little bit longer term than a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're working on that for sure. I would encourage anyone who's interested in the program to check us out at zipcar.com. You'll find right on our top navigation more about the Uber program that has all the details that you need to make sure that you do the math, that it pencils out both in the short and the long term.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for doing this for us. Enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day in LA. And if you have anything else to close with,
check us out at zipcar.com. We appreciate it. Thank you for all your support. And thank you for having us here today. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare Guy. Today I'm here with Bryce Bennet, CEO and founder of Solo. Welcome, Bryce.
Thanks, Sergio. Appreciate it. It's fun to be down here at Curbivore. We've got everyone together. It's a lot of fun.
It's a wonderful day in LA, weather-wise, and but more importantly, we want to talk to Bryce about his company a little bit and how they do benefits our driver community.
Yeah, so Solo is an app for gig workers that we try to make your life easier, and we try to help you make more money. We do that by tracking all your income in one place. We do it automatically in the background, miles, expenses. taxes. I know it's tax time right now. Everyone's thinking about that. We help you do that more seamlessly, and we'll even store your documents. So really an app that tries to make your life simpler, easier, and we show you the best jobs to work and how much they're going to pay you in any given city in the United States.
I mean, I have the app. I've obviously downloaded it, and it's one of the best third-party apps as far as I'm concerned, as far as a gig worker is concerned. You put everything under one house, basically, under one roof, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's really the value, right? You don't have to go to DoorDash and then over to your Instacart app and then to your mileage tracking app and then to TurboTax. All that's in one place. Gets rid of all that back and forth. That's how we really, provide most of our value and simplify the lives of most workers.
So we have a saying at the Rideshare guy, it's work smarter, not harder. And I cannot emphasize how important that is, because if you have 6, 7 apps and multi-apping, you don't have to worry about individually checking your app on on your earnings, on whatever not. But let's talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah. So the nice thing about the apps, not only are we going to track your earnings, we're going to show you how you're doing relative to your peers in your city. So we'll show you the average here in LA. It's a little over $18 an hour right now across ride sharing and delivery apps. We're going to help you understand, am I ahead of that? Am I behind it? What can I do to catch up? What can I do to make more money? We show you hotspots, events, how busy it is at the LAX or the airport. And so that's where we really help you make more money and go beyond just simplifying kind of all the admin side of your life.
So last but not least, what else do you have coming up as far as additions to the app? Because I know you guys are continuously improving the app.
Yeah, so we've been around for a few years. You may have seen us out there. We've got hundreds of thousands of workers now that use the platform nationwide. But we're going to do some really cool things this year where we actually try to help from a financial perspective, making tracking expenses easier with a standalone card for you to do that in the Solo app. We're going to bring in some really interesting insights using AI actually that rather than compete with you, is made to actually help you and your professional life. So all that's going to be coming in the Solo app in the next few months. We're looking forward to sharing more, especially as we get into Q2 here.
Yeah, I saw the preview of the financial help part of the card that they're going to actually bring out, right?
Yeah.
And talk about that a little bit, about 30 seconds a minute, because I think what the gig worker needs the most is education to run their finances, because it's their own small business. But
yeah,
let's finish with that.
Yeah, no, that's right. When it comes down to it, right, people are doing these jobs, obviously it gives them flexibility, but many people also have a little bit of a liquidity crunch, right? Maybe you get paid on Friday, but you got an expense Wednesday, right? One of the ways to solve that, right, is to start building credit. And so what's really exciting about the card that we're going to release, in the next couple of months, is it's going to help you build credit, all while just paying for your normal day-to-day expenses, gas, insurance, cell phone bill. You can use the card for that. We report that back to the credit bureaus and help track against your credit goals so that you can eventually, move on to things like credit card, get a better rate on an auto loan, hopefully a mortgage someday, right? So we're really thinking about how, we kind of go from just helping you with insights to actually helping you with each swipe day to day.
Yep. So that's all about Solo, and welcome to LA. But I know you're going to leave probably tonight, and I'm thrilled, really thrilled. I've known you for a long time, and you guys are going slow and steady and growing the community. And thank you for all you do.
Hey, no, thank you to you guys as well. I know you guys obviously are in many ways the voice for many of the workers that we talk to, and they appreciate that. Really appreciate the partnership. It's fun to be down here at Curbivore. We've got lots more to do today. So.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare Guy reporting from Curbivore 2025. What an event. So I'm joined by Gary Gumushian of Indigo. And Gary, tell us what Indigo is, and we'll go on from there.
Great.
I'll hold it.
You're going to hold it? Okay. Thank you, Sergio. I'm Gary Gumushian, Chief Commercial Officer at Indigo Tech. And what we're all about is sustainable transportation for the future. We see our vehicles as one part of the solution to sustainable transportation. The one we're sitting in right now is a state-of-the-art rideshare vehicle. The technology that we've incorporated into this takes us, and I'll talk about the vehicle for a second. It's a Class 1 size van, but we're using state-of-the-art hub motor and suspension technology that we've invented and we've created to maximize the efficiency of the inside space as well as the outside space, the weight reduction. So we're lightweighting these EVs, we're making them more efficient and productive, and we're selling as a commercial product. So it's not intended for sale directly to the consumer at the beginning. It's going directly to fleets. And as an example, one of the largest fleets in the city of New York sees this particular vehicle as an ideal solution for them in Uber driver, ride-hail transportation. It's wheelchair accessible already from the get-go. It's got a kneeling suspension, so you can roll a wheelchair into the back and lock it down to the floor. No modifications needed. And it can carry 7 passengers. It's got a center cockpit driving position, which is all new for the American market in a vehicle like this. And we've got a cargo version of this same model that we think the fleet users, the small, medium, large business commercial fleet users are really going to love, because it also maximizes the efficiency of the interior cargo space. We have about 190 cubic feet of cargo in a Class 1 van that you can stand up inside the back. A 6-foot guy can stand up in the back of it. It's the vehicles.
Yeah. Well, we talked about the vehicle, but we're more interested in how does this benefit our community of rideshare drivers or gig workers, right? You said through fleets, you're not going to go commercial first. Look, Chris took pictures of the van. I think this is the perfect rideshare vehicle, especially if we go do 7 seats, right?
Exactly.
You can work XX, XL, all kinds of platforms. And how does this benefit, do you think, the rideshare drivers specifically?
Well, the rideshare drivers will benefit from this one because we've lightweighted the vehicle enough so that, for example, we can use a 50 kilowatt hour battery. The charging times are dramatically improved. The payload capacity is improved, so you don't have the same types of wear and tear situations you would with heavier vehicles wearing out tires more. And you've also got ability to use this on any road and carry people throughout condensed cities and beyond. It's got a 250-mile range, which is always a key concern for anybody with an electric vehicle. But as far as the efficiency and productivity, we think it's really going to outweigh the current models that they have to use from the standpoint of parking and maneuverability.
So this is a vehicle built from the ground up. I figured that out talking to other nice folks at Indigo.
All new.
But I personally think this is the perfect rideshare vehicle with a center console for the driver and 7 passengers. You said you're going to go through fleets. Obviously, they're interested in the vehicle. And the fleets probably will rent these out to individual rideshare drivers.
And we'll use them as rideshare. Yeah, exactly. Rent by the week, rent by the month, whatever those models are that they like to use. And this vehicle is slated exactly for that. We've got a smaller vehicle yet that I think you saw, Sergio, that is going to be great for the gig workers. It's a 90 cubic foot vehicle, very efficient. We'll be launching them later this year in the U.S. market as for availability. I've been using one now for the last few months. It's really great. It's got seating capability as well as cargo. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up transportation hubs around city locations throughout the country. And we've got partners involved in that from the real estate perspective so that we can park the small vehicles and they can be accessible to gig workers. So you don't have to own a vehicle to be an Uber driver. You can go get our vehicle. Its phone is a key. Check out the vehicle, use it for your work, do your deliveries, put the vehicle back.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting in the future of the rideshare vehicles. I really am. I mean, fantastic idea. Wish you guys the best. Definitely will keep up with with what's happening, because I would definitely love to own one of these, either to rent it to some rideshare driver or drive it myself. So thank you. Enjoyed Curbivore.
We got the first sale right over
there. We go. I'm in. Especially if the pricing comes in reasonable. It has to make sense. It has to make sense.
You'd be the second sale because we have one of the largest fleets in New York City has already pre-ordered 1,000 of the vehicle that you're sitting in right now.
That's wonderful. Gary, enjoy the festivities.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for
Hey everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare guy. I am joined by Tia Gordon of It's Electric. Welcome to Curbivore, Tia.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Tia Gordon. I'm the co-founder of It's Electric. We are electric vehicle charging built for cities. And what we do is we allow people, especially rideshare, to request a charger in front of their building. This is our charger right here. It's a level 2 charger. It sits on the curb. And if you happen to own your building, we revenue share back to that building. And so the way that we work is we put infrastructure into cities for free to allow for drivers who park their car on the street, they don't have access to a garage for home charging, to be able to get that overnight charge on the street where they're already parking.
So there is a big push with Uber, Lyft, and other rideshare companies for electrification, right? To electrify their fleets.
Yeah.
A lot of drivers live in apartments and they don't have access or they don't have any control. So is this for like businesses or apartment managers, let's say, building managers that you can talk to and then have them installed so they can benefit from it and some revenue share as well?
This is for anyone. The idea is that if you are a driver, if you're an aspiring driver, or if you're a building owner, and whether that be a single family home or a commercial building, if you want to see charging on your block, you call us. And then we do a survey. We talk to all of the buildings on the block. We see who wants to host a charger. We do all of the work, all of the permitting. Everything is free. And then in about a few weeks, we get this charger on the curb. And it's available for a public charging solution for anyone who needs it on that block. So we really want to put chargers in the neighborhoods where rideshare drivers need that overnight charge because they're losing income during the daytime looking for that opportunity charging when they're on shift. The idea is that you go to bed, you plug in, you wake up with that full battery, and you're off to the races.
Yeah, that's one of the pain points actually when it comes to rideshare drivers with EVs, right? I mean, it's a lot cheaper to charge at home as opposed to go to a supercharger. So this kind of solves that problem as well, it seems like.
It solves that, and it also, again, prevents the need for you to charge while you're on your shift. So you just don't have to worry about charging. You don't have to think about it. You come home at the end of the day, you plug in your phone, you wake up, it's a full battery. Same thing with your car. And we're also, I should add, you can see that there's no cable attached to this.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we are the only detachable cable solution in the US. So when you sign up for us at no cost, we send a driver a cable. This stays in their car. And then when they are able to charge at night, they just plug in. It locks on both ends. No one can interfere. But it makes sure that charger has that uptime. Because I'm sure you guys have seen across LA that those cables are being cut every single day. So even though a charger shows up as online on the app, when you get there and you find that that charger has been vandalized, it's not very helpful because you got to get back on the road and you don't have time to keep searching for more chargers. So we're working right now. We're a Brooklyn-born company. We are working across 7 different cities, but we're really doing a big push with the city right now in Los Angeles, in South Central, and in Koreatown. So if drivers park on the street in either of those neighborhoods specifically, we have very specific funding allocated to get that charger in the ground fast for you, and we'd love to work with you. Just request a charger, and I'm sure we can put perhaps our RFID on the webpage where this posts.
Well, thank you, Tia. Much appreciated. I think it's a wonderful idea. I really do. Hey everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare guy. Welcome to Curbivore 2025. I'm joined by Jon Miller of Ualett. Jay, please introduce yourself and tell us what Ualett is.
So I'm Jon Miller, the Chief Revenue Officer for Ualett, and we provide a financial solution for the gig economy, merchant cash advances. So I found in fintech, the banking community doesn't understand the needs of a gig worker, and so Ualett fills that critical need for anyone who's a 1099 contractor, an independent worker, a micro business, somebody who's independent, who needs that solution to run their business. They can get a cash advance. We don't run a credit report. They come in through our mobile app. It's called Ualett, Ualett, and basically when they do that, in the same day, we can get you funds and get you started up. And we have super happy clients, 4.9 on Trustpilot, and I think trust in the banking industry is such an important thing.
So we're all for the gig worker, obviously. Our audience is 99% gig workers, mostly rideshare drivers or delivery drivers.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about more of what Ualett is working on. I know what Ualett is, but what's coming up with Ualett and expansion plans and what other additions to the app?
You know, it's really exciting. I mean, the growth is natural because I think of our business as being built out from the client, the gig worker, right? It's a lot of companies build products and push them down. Our clients come to us and say, what else can you do to help me solve my financial problem? So in my role as the Chief Revenue Officer, I'm working with our clients. In fact, we're meeting with 2 focus groups of them tomorrow so we can better prioritize on our roadmap some of the things that we're going to be building out for them. So, for example, you know, right now we're building out different ways in which customers can earn money in the app. So that's one of the things. We're providing some loyalty programs where in your downtime, you can, through our loyalty program, you can actually make money in the app. That's going to be a new thing coming later this year. Pretty exciting opportunity, just kind of a fun gaming way to play around with it. So that's breaking news, I suppose, right now. And then I think as we go forward, I think of this as stepping stones into further financial services for the client. So as we build out our roadmap, my goal is, and our goal, is to help build this bridge between the needs of the gig worker and the banking industry that left some behind. So I formed partnerships with the banking communities and said, all right, what else can we offer them? And so some of the things we'll bring is, you know, being able to issue a debit card to some of our clients. That's something that's going to happen in the next, you know, part of our roadmap. And so, but we're going to listen to our clients. We're coming to meet with them after the event today. We're going to go meet with 2 focus groups and we're going to say, what do you want us to do first, and make sure that our priorities match their priorities.
Yeah, with all my interactions with thousands of drivers or gig workers, that's what I found, that they don't ask the worker what their needs are, as opposed to they just come up with some sort of plan that fits the company's needs, but not the gig worker's needs. I'm glad Ualett is working to accomplish that. And in closing, if you want to say something else.
Well, I think it's all about trust. And for us, every day we're proud to earn that trust. And it means a lot to us to be trusted by this community, and we don't take that for granted. So we'll continue to listen and continue to build solutions that help them grow in their financial needs. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to Curbivore.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Sergio with the Rideshare Guy, coming from Curbivore 2025, a wonderful event, and one of the founders of Curbivore is with me, Harry Campbell, also the founder of the Rideshare Guy. Well, Harry, welcome.
Also your boss, right?
Yes.
Yes. You don't really listen, so you guys kind of do your own thing, but we've made it this far. We haven't killed each other yet, right?
No, but I couldn't be happier working with someone who I love working with, truly. I mean, I give it my all, but but it's definitely worth it. But forget about us. The people are not here for us. So I want to talk a little bit about Curbivore. How did this thing started? And I personally attended 4.
Yeah, I think you've been here every year.
Every year, and I definitely can attest that this was the best one.
All right. Nice.
Now, for various reasons, but from the weather to the turnout to the food, everything was amazing. So about how did Curbivore come about?
Yeah, I mean, we actually started the conference as a virtual conference during the pandemic, and talking I think really when a lot of people started getting into food delivery. I mean, I think even on the Rideshare Guy channel, I mean, we always talked about food delivery here and there. I think I was one of the first dashers back 11 years ago in Orange County, but it really wasn't until COVID that we kind of, you know, the whole food delivery wave really picked up steam. And, you know, I know we started covering it a lot in our channel, and, you know, the Curbivore was kind of an industry event to bring together, you know, players like Uber Eats and DoorDash and others, and, you know, kind of do it virtually. And then since then we've done it in person, and, you know, hopefully, as you've mentioned, you know, it's kind of grown from there.
Yeah, it's bigger and bigger every year. More vendors, more sponsors, more, you know, new ideas. And this year's ideas seems to be a lot on automation, robots, autonomous vehicles. Well, we run a Rideshare Guy channel, so, you know, the crowd at the Rideshare Guy is a little concerned about what's happening. But you started a thing called the Driverless Digest as well. You know, plug for Driverless Digest. But What do you think? Well, honestly, what do you think? Do you think the rideshare drivers should be threatened completely with this?
Well, we all know that, like, obviously more supply, more, whether it's human or robots, is more competition, right? And if there's more supply, more drivers, that means earnings will be lower. I think the companies might not ever say that directly to drivers' faces, but I think that is, pretty obvious, I would say. And so, yeah, I think that, like, frankly, in the future, there may or will likely be limited opportunities for drivers if they're competing with autonomous vehicles. But at the same time, I think there is some truth to, hey, autonomous vehicles, customers really like them, whether it's a food delivery or a human or, sort of a ride share. And so that might mean that more people are taking them. So I do think they are going to grow the pie some. I think the real question is, if they grow the pie, will it be enough to offset that? I'm not so convinced of. But at the same time, I don't think drivers need to, quit driving tomorrow, and they may not be able to anyways. Waymo's still in very small numbers, and but it is coming, and that's sort of the not ideal, but that's the way things are sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we talk amongst ourselves about the unit economics of Waymos and autonomous vehicles. They're not there yet. They don't have the density, obviously, to pick you up, as quick as an Uber probably, or as cheap as an Uber. But, look, these companies are spending billions of dollars. They have brains obviously behind it, and it's for a reason. So to finish off, right, Rideshare Guy has been around for
11 years.
11 years now. It's grown to be its own animal, and with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and newsletter like readers. What do you have to say to our community of drivers?
Well, I mean, I don't think the rideshare guy is going anywhere, and I don't think the rideshare industry for human drivers is going anywhere. There may be limited opportunities at some point in the future, but honestly, I think a lot of the stuff that, you and I talk about, and we talk about on the channel with Chris, the strategies, like, obviously it's fun, or, you want to complain here and there about, the negative parts of driving, but at the end of the day, there are millions of people who still do it, and if you have to do it or you want to do it, there are a lot of ways to make more money, right? And, to employ the strategies, right, to cherry pick and, do all the things that you like to talk about. So I think it's kind of like more important than ever, right? To, sort of really know what you're doing and, do it well, and, do it as long as it works for you. And if it doesn't, start transitioning into other areas.
Yeah, our motto has always been right? Not work hard, work smart.
Work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely. And we've tried to do that with our viewers.
And I mean, even to give an example for myself, right? I started a new newsletter called the Driverless Digest. And I mean, honestly, I don't expect a lot of human drivers to subscribe to this and, really enjoy the content. But I think one of the reasons why I'm doing it, I want to provide insights from, what it's like to be a human rideshare driver in the newsletter, right? If that ends up being a good business for me, maybe it even, supports the rideshare guy. If Rideshare Guy revenue starts falling in the future, it's kind of a good synergy there that we can benefit from. I think we had a driver here, what was her name? Stephanie, who came, and I think she came up to me and wanted to ask someone from Uber about pickups and how obviously customers love to keep human drivers waiting, right? She was complaining that, hey, it's 7 minutes for a human, right? Before Uber will charge you, but for a Waymo it might be 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And I said, you know what? I think that's actually a great opportunity. Waymo is really starting to train customers now. If you're not out in 5 minutes, the Waymo's gone. If it's a busy area, 2 minutes, I think the next time we do an article, the 10 things we want to see Uber and Lyft change, that might be at the top of my list, because I think that's something they would really consider now, because it's like they're already doing it for Waymos, right? We know that it doesn't really benefit the driver, doesn't really benefit the rider even, right, to keep a driver waiting. So, I think that there are some cool, synergies and some ideas that will come from it too, that, maybe people don't love Waymos or don't love Waymos, but, there might be some new policies or new changes, and, we'll give them all the shorties and all the minimum fare rides, maybe too.
all the $3 fare go to Waymo, and then all the good ones come to us. But no, I want to thank you for putting this amazing event together, and still going on. But looking forward to next year, hopefully, bigger and better. And thank you.
Thank you guys for coming.
Coco, you left your robo.